Hi everybody. Today as you can see by the title, I am going to be doing a video on beginning scrapbooking. I had a request to do this video, so I thought I would first start out by showing you kind of some must-haves for beginners, and then go from there, and I will finish off with a really simple, quick layout. Okay, so first of all, paper is the #1 supply of scrapbookers. So what I recommend for beginners is to either buy a collection kit, which basically is something that a company puts out where all the papers from a specific line are all together in one package, along with most of the time some stickers and some alphas. So I recommend either getting one of those, or if you have a local scrap store, a lot of times they'll have all the single sheets, and you can pick several that you like from the same collection and maybe get some embellishments or things like that that coordinate. It's a lot easier to scrap that way, especially at the beginning, because it can be kind of intimidating to go into a scrapbook store and see the bazillion different options that you have. So it's a lot easier to kind of scrapbook by collection, in my personal opinion. Later on, I mean, when you start getting a collection of papers, you'll find, oh hey, this one goes really well with this one, even though it's not in the same collection. But at first, when you get several papers in a collection, they're going to match no matter what you do. So it's a lot less intimidating that way. This particular one happens to be from Echo Park. It's from their Little Boy collection. And this collection, I've used quite a bit of it, but it comes with several papers, as well as an alphabet sheet, which as you can see I've used, as well as some other stickers that just are, this is the Little Boy collection, so there's all these little boy things. And Echo Park does this with all of their collections. They have all the papers, and then they have like the different elements, and then they have the alphas. And the alphas, they have this nice big alpha, and then they've got these cute smaller ones as well. There's usually at least a few different alphas in an Echo Park collection. So this kind of makes it easy. One little tip though that I do have for you with these stickers is to don't just slap them on your page. You can kind of give them a little bit more life by maybe taking one, putting it on a scrap piece of paper, cutting it back out, and then using some type of dimensional tape. Like I have this foam tape, and I think I got this at Walmart. I think it's by Elmer's or something like that, or Fisker's, I can't remember. You can get this, you can get little pop dots. There's a lot of different types of foam adhesive, but just pop it up, and that kind of just adds some dimension to your page and gives this a little bit of life. Another thing that you can do is maybe if you have ink, you can ink the edges of it as well, and that just kind of makes it look a little bit less like just a flat sticker. It just gives it a little bit more oomph, I guess. So paper, like I said, is the #1 thing. The other thing, let me grab these really quick. The other thing that's a must-have, in my opinion, are alphabet stickers. And there are several different types, but I'll just show you a few of my favorites. So beginner scrapbookers may be a little bit more on a budget. I know when I first started scrapbooking, I was a teenager. So though I had a job and I could have bought a lot of other things, I didn't want to spend all of my money on scrapbooking stuff like I do now. So some inexpensive ways to get alphabet stickers are, you can get these tiny type stickers by Cosmo Cricut. You get a ton of each letter, and there's a billion different colors to choose from. And I think they run about between $1 or $2 for each pack. So it's really great, and it'll last you forever. Also, some of my favorites are the basic gray mini mono stickers and the micro mono stickers. So you can see kind of the size difference there. But they also come in lots of different colors, And I think these are usually about $1.50 a piece. And you do get several of each letter. There's uppercase and lowercase. I like to mix mine, like mix upper and lowercase. I've always loved to do that. So those are really inexpensive, and you can find these usually at any scrapbook store. I don't really know if they sell these at Michael's or Joann's, just because I don't have either of those, so I don't really know what they carry and what they don't. And you can also order these online. And then the other alphas that I love, that I think are a must-have, are thickers. And I'll show you they're called thickers. They're by American Crafts. And there's so many different options with thickers. They're very addictive in my opinion, because some of them are foam and there's different fonts and different colors. Excuse my phone. There's this one, it's kind of a more bubbly font. These ones are puffy stickers. And then these ones are just plain chipboard, but they have little tiny hearts on them. I mean, like I said, there's just a billion different options, and these are a little bit more expensive. I think they run anywhere from $4 to $6 usually, but sometimes they go on sale so you can get them a little bit cheaper. These, again, I know you can find them at your local scrapbook store. I don't really know if they sell them at Michael's or Joann's. I would imagine that they do, but I really don't know. So, or online as well. So those are alphas. The other thing that is a must-have in my opinion is a paper trimmer of some sort. Obviously you could just use scissors and maybe a ruler if you needed a straight line, but I really like my paper trimmer. It's just a lot quicker and easier. This one is by Fiskars. I believe I got this at Walmart, and I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it's a very, very great tool and an essential for any scrapbooker. So, and it'll last you forever. I mean, and then the other thing is adhesive. Now, because I'm, been scrapbooking for a while, I have this big ATG gun. And this is a really, really great option because it saves you a lot of money in the long run. I think the gun runs anywhere from $20 to $30 now, but if you have a coupon, you might be able to get it cheaper. But as far as how much adhesive you get for the price, it's an amazing deal. But at the beginning, I really liked these tape runners. This one is my favorite. It's by Tombow. And I believe on the package it says like the craft collection or something like that. So you may not, off the bat, you may not see Tombow, but that's the brand. And basically it just has this little thing and you just run your adhesive. Now there's none in this one because it's all gone, but I really, really like these and I recommend these. And these basically you just buy the refill for, so when it's all gone you can just buy the refill. But I definitely recommend those. I know when I very first started out I was actually using a glue stick because it came in the little scrapbook kit that my mom bought me for Christmas one year, but eventually I got into using these. You can use a glue gun, or a glue stick I mean. You could use a hot glue gun if you wanted to. You could use straight up Elmer's glue. The one thing that you want to look for though in adhesives with scrapbooking is that it's acid free. The reason for that is it helps protect your photos so that through time they don't get ruined. So definitely make sure that you look for acid free. Even if you did go ahead and buy the ATG gun, they do have different refills. There's the acid free and then there's the general purpose that is not acid free. So you definitely want to make sure you get acid free adhesive when you're doing that. So yeah, I mean those are probably the basic, very, very basic things. Paper, alphas, adhesive, and a trimmer. Those are like the bare minimum. Obviously there's so much more out there. I mean there's buttons, there's flowers, there's ribbon, there's brads. I mean just an endless amount. As far as flowers go, the most inexpensive way, I believe, for me anyway, is to get these Prima E-line flowers. You get 24 in each pack, and there's several different shades of the color. There's polka dots, there's plain white with just a touch of color. different shades of colors in there. And I think these run anywhere, I think they're like $1 or $2 for a pack. So they're really inexpensive if you're looking for inexpensive flowers. Flowers look really, really cute on your layouts. I happen to use those ones for cards most of the time because I tend to do boy layouts. Buttons, you can get buttons anywhere. You can get buttons at Walmart. These ones happen to be basic gray. There's just so many different embellishments out there. But as far as starting out, paper, alphas, adhesive, and a trimmer. Those are the main things that I feel like are must-haves. So yeah, that's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just do a really quick layout with you guys. Let me clear off my desk a little bit here, make some room. Okay, so I'm starting off with this white piece of paper here. This is 12 by 12. There are 3 different normally there's 3 different sizes of scrapbooking. There's 12 by 12, 8.5 by 11, and 8 by 8. So those are the 3 normal sizes for scrapbooking. You can choose which one you like best. I prefer 12 by 12. Now this paper is actually not even white cardstock. This happens to be paper from a paper pad that I've had for years and I just never used, so I decided I would go ahead and use it, but I would use the white side because I love having a white background. It just looks all fresh and new, and then I can put any color on it and it doesn't matter. Okay, and then I'm going to be using that Echo Park Little Boy collection, and I'm going to kind of show you, I don't think I'll use these stickers, but I'll probably use these alphas. I'm going to show you kind of a simple way to stretch your papers. I know when I was first scrapbooking, I felt like I had to use the whole sheet or, you know, a big chunk of the paper. I didn't like to cut it up in little tiny strips. Well, at first that's fine, but then once you get to the end of it and you only have little strips left, like I do here, you need to do something with them. So I'm going to show you kind of how to do that. Now you could start off doing this and do several different versions of this as you go along, and your paper is going to last you for a really long time. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these papers up just into different strips or different widths of paper. So different widths and different lengths. So I'm going to go do that really quick and I'll be right back. Okie dokie. So I've cut all of my papers down, and I haven't cut them exactly the length that I want them yet, but what I did was, I'll show you, I cut them, and some of them I did like this little banner edge, and this is uneven, but I like it that way. I really don't worry too much about my banners being even or anything like that, because I think it's cute anyways. Some of them I cut at a slant like that. This one I cut kind of like a tag. This one I just did like really crazily. You could just tear it if you wanted to. Just a lot of random things. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just start adhering papers down. I'm going to use my ATG, and I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to start adhering them down. I'm not too worried about them overhanging right now, because I'll just go back and fix that later on. And you don't need a ton of adhesive. I mean, just a little bit works just fine. I think I'll put that one down there just like that so that we get that. And you can see I'm kind of alternating more solid colors with more vivid patterns, as well as different lengths and different widths of the paper. I'm kind of just alternating those as I go. So I'd have a thicker one and then a thinner one, and a thicker one and a thinner one. So, actually, I think I'll put this one, I'll go ahead and put it right there. Okay, just like that. Now my photo is black and white. I really like doing black and white photos with colorful papers. I'm going to go ahead and just cut these little strips off that kind of overhung the page a little bit. And you can see I didn't really adhere them down very well, but that's okay. Okay. So I just cut those off and it's fine. Now I'm going to put my photo right here, and I'm just going to adhere it straight down. You could mat the photo, which basically means you just stick a piece of paper that's just a tad bit larger than the photo down behind it. But I think I'm just going to leave it just like this. And I'm just going to line it up right with the edge of my page so that you can't see all of those little things. You can see some up here, but that's totally fine with me. I really don't mind. Just adhere that down a little bit better. Okay. So there is a super simple page. Now I can go in with my alphas and do pretty much anything, really. I think I will use this little handsome sticker. And don't be okay, sorry about that. My camera died. But yeah, so I basically just took some of the stickers and put them down in different orders. So it says Silly, Handsome, Happy Little Man. And that's my title. I mean, you could do a bigger title. You could do a big title up here or down here or wherever if you want to. But sometimes I like just using little stickers as my title. If you wanted to, something I also like to do now is to get some paint and mix it with water and splatter it on my pages. You can also buy spray mists, which I'm hoping to do soon when I go on vacation, but that'll just add a little bit of color in these areas that you may feel are a little bit blank. For this one, I actually think I'm going to leave it just like this. So I hope that was helpful for those of you who are beginning. This just kind of shows you a really simple layout that you can do with minimal supplies, and it looks really cute. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will talk to you soon.